Alrighty, this is the first mini-boss of the Woodfall Temple, the Dinofol. Now these guys were actually in the previous game, Ocarina of Time, but they're a little cooler this time around. Tattle advises that you use targeting and your shield to get close, then stab at them when their guard is down. When you do use your sword, they'll often either jump backwards, or they'll jump over you instead. Just keep defending when this happens and you shouldn't take any damage. When you do manage to hit them, they'll usually jump back and counterattack by breathing fire at you. Just back out of range and you should be fine. The trick to landing a hit is to try and smack them when they're doing anything other than just standing there. So just before and after they try and hit you, just before and after they jump, and just before and after they breathe fire. All in all, if you just watch them closely, you can easily see when a Dinofol is vulnerable. It's not too hard, though I do consider this method playing it safe. But as usual, you're probably wondering if I have other tricks hidden up my sleeves, eh? You betcha. Now it is possible to fight them in your Deku form, but it's kind of risky because of your little wooden body. If it touches fire, then you'll have to start the battle over again. You can easily spin into them and stun them though, and you can use a bubble, or you can take off the Deku mask and use your sword. Deku nuts make this battle really easy as well, and if you bought the bomb bag earlier, you can lay a bomb and lure them into the explosion. You got the blast mask, you can also simply run over and explode. So I do have one more cool trick. You see, after attacking a Dinofol, it often jumps back and breathes fire in self-defense, but it's vulnerable when it does this. So, if you simply chase after it and stab at it repeatedly, it'll keep jumping back, making itself vulnerable over and over again, so just continually chase after it and it will kind of die. All this goes to say, I don't really think Nintendo was necessarily intending you to defeat this mini-boss this way, but it sure is effective. So, out of all those methods, surely you'll find something that will work for you. After it's been defeated, run forward and open the large chest that appears to get the dungeon item, the Hero's Bow. Obviously, this allows you to shoot arrows, and this is awesome because it's pretty effective against most enemies in the game, and it's far more accurate than shooting bubbles with a Deku Scrub. The downside, I suppose, is that it does about half as much damage as a Bubble Blast, so, it's better for farther range. From here on out, you'll be able to get arrows from enemies in bushes and jars, etc. With that, go on out the door, and straight ahead you'll see a golden eye switch that's on an upper platform. If you played the previous game, Ocarina of Time, this is pretty obvious that you can shoot it to make something happen, but Majora's Mask doesn't really explain this at all. They're just kind of counting on your curiosity, I suppose. So this will make the center platform go up and down and allow you to enter the next door, where there is a second mini-boss battle in a row. Crazy! So, I have these videos on our boss guide on our website, and I have it set up so that the videos start with a mini-boss battle because of that. So, there's 2 mini-bosses in a row. That's the end of this video, and that's why it's so short. So, join me for the next one, and we'll tackle the next mini-boss.